Anyway, we're gonna bring up Aaron now. Aaron, okay, here's the fun part here. Aaron is MAGA, voted for Trump all 3 times, and thinks MAGA isn't a fascist movement. Aaron, welcome to the stream. Please provide me your age and pronouns, please.
Aaron, he, him.
And your age.
The 33.
Okay, great. Now, Aaron, you are in complete support of Trump. You think Trump is pro-American, not pro-fascism. Why don't you go ahead and state your case?
Yes, I do agree with that, and I would also add the caveat that the MAGA movement is not a fascist movement; it's an American movement. The same things that we've been doing since 1776.
You're right. I would agree. The Nazi movement wasn't a fascist movement; it was a pro-Germany movement. That's what you said.
You're right. Nazi movement was a pro-Germany movement, but
was it also
nice
fascist?
Is that we're in America.
Wait, was it also
America's
fascist? Though?
Way better than the Nazis.
Yes, at doing fascism, yeah, I think America is a little bit better. Would you say that the Nazi movement being pro? Wait. Would you say the Nazi movement being pro-Germany made it so that they weren't fascist?
No, I'm saying that Nazi
so something
Germany
can be pro
Nazis.
Something can be pro the country, but also still be fascist.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, beautiful. So I would say that MAGA, even though the MAGA movement tends to be pro-American, now it's their version of America, not my version of America. I would say they're still a fascist movement. They are still trying to centralize power into the executive branch, away from the judicial and legislative branch, so they can erode democracy in a way that makes it so they can instill people into power who have ultimate control.
Well, then I guess it comes down to, what do you classify as eroding democracy? Because from my point of view is that the only side that's been trying to erode democracy has been the left. And that has been a constant thing, especially when you're talking about the 2A movement. You're talking about our 2A rights, because if you take away the guns, now I can't back up my ability to say
the only president in recent history. The only president in recent history, well, Clinton, but the only president in recent presidential history that's done anything against the Second Amendment is Donald Trump when he banned bump stocks.
No, but he also, you have the FRT triggers. You also have pistol braces that went through because of him. You also have open constitutional carry. You also have more states doing CCW carry.
Do you think trans people should have guns?
100%. If they are mentally competent to be able and also on top of that,
why was his administration openly saying that they should look at whether trans people should be able to own guns?
I think everybody should be able to own a gun if they are mentally competent and physically fit enough to be able to operate that firearm.
I'm asking you why the Trump administration, this administration that you say is doing better at 2A rights, why his administration openly looked at whether or not trans people should be able to own guns.
Because a majority of them have mental health issues, and then a majority of them are, I don't want to say a majority because that's incorrect. That's completely incorrect. There is a movement right now of trans shooters. That's a fact.
How many, now let me be careful because the last person that got asked this question got shot in the neck, but how many of any shooting in the last 10 years, how many of them were committed by trans people?
From my knowledge, it's 5.
So 5 people in 10 years.
Off the top,
5 shootings in 10 years.
And that's just off the top of my head.
Yeah. 5 shootings in 10 years is that's a lot to you? That's this big movement of trans shooters? They got shooters out here with 5 people?
What they're trying to say, though, is that usually where there's smoke, there's fire. Okay. Whenever you have people in the trans community calling for and celebrating the deaths of other Americans, And then, like, I just
Okay, so
reiterate, calling for it, actively saying
celebrating
that
the
they
death,
should go out and kill people.
celebrating the death of somebody, saying that somebody should be killed, and celebrating that would make someone like a bad person. That would make like their movement a bad movement.
No, I'm not saying that. I disagree with their actions, and I think that they have issues that they need to deal with.
Okay, so what issues would that be?
It would be, why are you celebrating the fact that this man was murdered on live stream in front of his friends,
why would
family,
they celebrate,
and then the public?
Why would they celebrate the death of someone who said they should be lobotomized and institutionalized? Oh man, who could guess?
What are you wait, what are you talking about? Somebody should be lobotomized?
Charlie Kirk
please,
said specifically.
Because I don't understand what you're saying, so please.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk
elaborate.
said specifically, when it comes to trans people, we should deal with them like we dealt with people back in the 40s and 50s, talking about forced lobotomies and institutionalization.
I mean, I do believe that some of them do need institutionalization. Now, lobotomies, that's a little far.
No, my question to you is, if somebody says about
we,
a group of people that you're a part
lobotomies
of,
did to people, and that was pretty messed up.
Yeah, I would agree.
You
What
know,
Charlie
do I
Kirk said
agree
was
with
messed
that
up.
we-
I agree. But if you have somebody
Yeah,
who says about your group of people that they should be treated like people were back in the 40s and 50s, right? We know how mental health was treated back in the 40s and 50s. You know, it was lobotomizing, it was ECT, it was like all that shit.
Did go on.
If someone said that about a group of people and that person then died and you're a part of that group, probably wouldn't give a shit that person died, right? Probably be like, oh well.
Well, yes, I do, because you have the slippery slope.
What's slippery slope?
And that's where.
Okay,
okay,
what's the slippery slope when the majority of political violence in this country is not committed by people on the left? What's the slippery slope? These same people you're arguing, the same people
exactly
you're
what
arguing
I'm saying is that when one side or both sides are sitting there celebrating the deaths of somebody on either side, is that then it starts to incite people to want to go along on that bandwagon.
Yeah, I think celebrating the death is. I think like individual citizens celebrating death doesn't mean anything. I think when you have major people in your political party and you're in your movement, like is the case with Republicans, who do nothing but actually make credible calls for violence and then engage in those calls for violence, I think this is going to be way worse than a bunch of people going, "Hey, Kirk is dead, Merk Kirk, LOL." I think it's like a vastly different scenario.
Well, no, it's not, and I'll give you an example. Oh, actually, I'll give you two. Is that whenever you have people going on social media putting out there the things that they're saying specifically about Charlie Kirk dying, and then saying that now we need to do that to other people on top of that. And then whenever you have hundreds of examples of people getting fired because of the things that they were physically saying, you know, that lends credence to that, and it shows how sick the movement is. And then whenever you have people like Ilhan Omar, who do call the deaths for America, who does celebrate.
When has Ilhan Omar ever called for the death of America?
Yes, she has. She has called for the death of America. She's done it in about 4 speeches.
When? Specifics.
Okay. Specifically, I would say, from my recollection, would have been 2019, and then you have during the election cycle of Donald Trump in 2016. For those year, for that whole entire year.
Here we go. Factcheck.org. There is no credible evidence that Ilhan Omar has ever publicly called for the death of America. Fact checkers show that many quotes circulating online that attribute inflammatory remarks to Omar, including calls for violence or anti-American statements, are fabricated. So it means they were made up. Someone made them up.
Oh, hey, man, I know what I heard, though, specifically on TV when she said it. And then on top of that, she's supporting people who are also saying the same thing.
Who is she supporting? They're saying the same thing.
And then you have what's her name? Cortez. Damn, you're gonna have to help me. Ocasio-Cortez. That's what it is.
Okay.
What about correct, or am I saying that wrong?
What about AOC?
With the Palestine movement.
What about the Palestinian movement?
That's another giant movement that wants destruction to America.
Okay, what's your proof of that?
All of the oh, damn it. I just lost the word I was about to say. I don't really want to necessarily call them riots because they weren't necessarily riots. It's not parades. Can you help me out? I'm blanking on the word that I want to use. Another word for gathering. What is it? Protest. Thank you. That's what it is. Oh, with all the protests that have been going on, especially for the last 2 years, with the Palestine movement.
Protests?
And then on top of that, you have Dearborn, Michigan.
Wait. Hold on.
America.
No, they're not trying to enact Sharia law. There hasn't been any push for Sharia law. But there hasn't been. There hasn't been. No, there hasn't been. But you just said, I asked you for the credible evidence that the Palestinian movement is an anti-American movement. And you said, well, look at the protests. Okay, I'm looking at them. What proof do you have that these protests are anti-American?
When they're calling for the death of America, when they're calling...
No one's calling for the death of America.
Our soldiers, whenever they're calling for the death of the American people because we are MAGA... It's
not happening.
Yes, that's anti-American.
It's not happening.
Yes, it is, and you're just...
No, it isn't. Show some evidence then, homie. Give some credible evidence.
All right.
Because the only thing you've said so far is look at what Ilhan Omar said, and then I fact check it, and she never said it. I can fact check the AOC one too if you want.
Please.
But because what? Why do you care, as someone who's pro-America? Why do you care about a movement that's anti-Israel?
Because as a Christian, my faith is attached to Israel.
Your faith's not attached to all the fucking children being killed in Palestine? You'd rather your faith be attached to Israel, who's doing the child killing? The UN. Right, you know what? The UN.
No. Listen, hear me out now.
Now hear me out. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. As somebody who's actually been to Israel myself, who's been there twice, who's actually gone to Sudan and has helped the people coming across the border when the Sudanese massacres were happening, and you had children being blown up, and then the children being fucking raped and murdered with machetes right across the Israeli border, and all the rapes and murders that were happening in Egypt, and Israel was sending their own forces out there to stop them.
Whoopee.
And now that they're protecting themselves, and whenever you have people that are using children as human shields, because that's what's going on here.
Oh, you know what? You're right.
They use them as human shields.
You're right.
Put them in the building.
You're right.
And then whenever Israel comes and says, "Hey, look, you got 2 minutes to get out of the building because it's going to be blown up."
Hey, you know what my favorite thing is to do?
If you choose not to leave,
do you know what my favorite thing to do is, Aaron? Aaron, do you know what my favorite thing to do is when someone uses a human shield, uses a child as a human shield? You know what my favorite thing to do it when they do that is? Blow through the fucking kid.
I don't think you have a favorite thing.
My favorite thing to do. My favorite thing to do when someone holds up a human shield.
Screaming child.
My fucking favorite thing to do.
Because their legs have been blown off.
I'm gonna mute you. It's my turn to talk. My favorite thing to do, Aaron, when someone holds up a child as a human shield, is to say, I don't give a fuck about this, and blow through the kid anyway. Israel has been literally verified by the UN's independent fucking reporting to be committing 4 out of the 5 actions of genocide. 4 out of 5. And you're over here, but I'm a good Christian, so I support Israel. You're not a good Christian. You voted for Donald Trump. You're the worst Christian on the planet. Jesus Christ would literally not be able to stand you. He would flip your table like he flipped the tables of the people in the fucking temple. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure Matthew 25, when Jesus says, hey, you know what'll get you guys into heaven? It's feeding the poor. Removing SNAP benefits doesn't feed the poor. It's giving water to the thirsty. Removing SNAP benefits doesn't give water to the thirsty. It's healing the sick. Removing Medicaid and Medicare benefits doesn't heal the sick. It's it's letting in the stranger. Making stricter legal immigration laws definitely doesn't let in the stranger. Oh, it's helping the person in prison, visiting the person in prison. For fully funding fucking for-profit prisons doesn't fucking help the person in prison. And when Jesus Christ said specifically again in Matthew and the sheep and the goats in Matthew 25, that what you do to the least of you, you do to me, he's talking about the lowest members of society. There is no possible way to vote for Donald Trump and think that you are going in any way, shape, or form in accordance with what Jesus Christ would have wanted. That is a level of cognitive dissonance that I will never be able to understand. Now you may speak.
No, it's because no, it's not that you don't understand it. It's that you just keep lying to yourself about it.
Sorry, do I need to read Matthew 25?
That's not how things are going.
Do I need to read Matthew 25 again?
With the SNAP, for example, with the SNAP benefits, is that you have millions of people that are refusing to work that are able to work.
The bulk of people using SNAP benefits are under the age of 18 and over the age of 60.
Said, hey, look,
Aaron,
we will just pay you and you don't have to do
you're
anything.
so stupid here, Aaron. The bulk of people on SNAP. The bulk of people on SNAP, Aaron.
Again, you're just
let's pull it up.
Jovan.
Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. Can't wait for this. Oh, man. Let's pull up the actual numbers.
Please pull it up.
Love this. Can't wait.
Pull it up. I'm waiting.
Can't wait. How much should we place on this? How much money do you want to place on this? I'll place like 50 fucking bucks on this right now.
Oh shit! Hold, give me 1 second. My dog's walking to the road. Hold on 1 second. Harry, hey, get your furry butt back over here. Fuck. I can still hear you, man. I
just want to know. I just want to know how much we want to place on.
Okay, cool. Hey, I can still hear you. I'm just gonna place you on mute because I gotta go grab this dude. He thinks that every time he sees a UPS man, he should get a dog treat.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, though, I don't know how beautiful it is over your way, but man, it's been such a nice day. Finally stopped raining.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Before we get there, the bulk of people receiving SNAP benefits, Aaron, what is their age demographic?
Yes. Well, I would hope that you would tell me, but I would say, maybe from the age of, we'll say majority. You're saying a majority of them?
Yep.
We'll just go with, 30. Let's go with 30 to 75.
58% of people who receive SNAP benefits are either under the age of 18 or over the age of 60. We should take the food out.
50%?
58%.
Okay.
The majority of people using SNAP are either children or they are the elderly. Should we be taking food out of children and the elderly's mouths?
Well, where is the parents?
You know what? You're right. I forgot. That's what Jesus said. Jesus said, feed the hungry. Oh, wait. No, don't feed the hungry. Where are those hungry kids' parents? That's what Jesus said. You're right. I totally forgot.
Jesus also taught responsibility.
I totally forgot.
Also taught responsibility.
Not when it comes to feeding people. No, Jesus. No. Jesus did not teach responsibility when it comes to feeding people. Jesus said everybody should be fed. No, he didn't.
Give Caesar what is Caesar's due.
That just means pay your taxes.
Exactly.
Guess what your taxes fucking pay for? Guess what your taxes pay for, dummy? It pays for SNAP, dude. It pays for SNAP.
And that's why a lot of it is getting cut off because it's all going to people that don't use it for the way it's supposed to be used.
I'm sorry. What percentage of SNAP is fraud? What percentage of what's the percentage of fraud in SNAP?
For drugs.
What's the percentage of what's the percentage of fraud in SNAP?
People that actually sell that.
What's the percentage of fraud in SNAP?
Yes, because I know what I've seen, and it's
great. I don't care what you've seen.
75%.
It's 11%. It's 11%. It's 11%. The fraud that may exist in the SNAP, they estimate only 11%.
11%.
Hold on. Let me finish. When they look at fraud, they estimate about 11% of SNAP payments go out improperly. And the beauty is, every year, they get back the bulk of that. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, I do.
This is embarrassing. I don't care where you can go. Aaron, I don't care where you go. Aaron,
with a SNAP card.
Aaron, I don't care where you can go. I don't care what you can see. I don't care who you know. Aaron,
that's fraud.
Aaron, I don't care where you go. I don't care what you see. I don't care who you know. I don't care where you've been. I don't care about any of this. I care about cold, hard data. And the cold, hard data of it all is you are incorrect. And instead of just admitting, hey, I didn't have all the numbers here, my bad, I was wrong about this, you're like, but I see differently. I see with my own two. That's not the case.
Even if with 10%, even with 10, 11%, like what are we talking about? $200 million?
Do you know how much we're taking from SNAP and the Big Beautiful Bill? Do you know how much we're taking from them?
What is it comes out to like? I'm not totally sure because I can't remember because I've been seeing a bunch of these numbers out. I know it's over close to $1 billion.
It's $295 billion.
Yeah.
If we're taking $295 billion, how many kids do you think are still going to be able to access those benefits? How many elderly people are still going to be able to access those benefits?
The ones that need it.
Okay,
and then on top of that, like I said,
unbelievable. I'm out, Aaron. Fuck off. The ones who need it. Every child who's hungry needs it, bro. What the fuck? Ain't no fucking way, dude. Hey, thank you all for watching this video. If you don't know me, I'm Jovan Bradley. I'm a leftist content creator who does debates, political commentary, gaming, and more. If this is your first video, thanks for sticking to the end, and I hope you subscribe. I post videos daily, and there are hundreds of past debates on my page for you to enjoy. Thank you to all my YouTube members. Your continued support helps me create as much as I can. Consider joining. A membership starts at $2.99 and gets you access to our community Discord, early access to videos, and more. Shout out to my Tier 4 members, Red Fairy DF, Ellie McReady, Not 3.6R, Sylvia Snow, Paul D, Zurith Moonpaw, Kazim, Never Again, Bamji, Emery Imogene, Ayla Ursus, Call Me Vel, Kelsey K, Jake Gorshander, Matthew Holloway, Vampy, Yemye, Mealy, and Dragon Nerd. Your continued support goes a long way in helping me continue the fight for equity, justice, and education. Thank you again for watching.